Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the 5th episode of Skywars Top 5 Fails of the Week. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and without further ado, let's get straight into the honorable mentions. Kicking it off is Zayak, who's playing the slime mode in the lab games, and as you guys can see, he goes to shoot this guy and actually shoots himself and knocks himself off the map. He slows it down and it's really smooth, like give me your render settings and recording settings. And as you guys can see, he shoots the bow, hits himself off the map, and punches himself into the void. Next up, we've got Non-04, who's TNT canning, and his goal is to get on top of the tower on Firelink Shrine. So he jumps, goes for the MLG on top of the tower, and lands it, but still dies. And if you zoom in, it says, "You're not allowed to place blocks here, too high." Wrapping up the honorable mentions, we've got _script, who's playing my least favorite map, and he's going to bridge, and these blocks don't place. He tries again, jumps, and they disappear, and he falls into the void. Coming in at this week's number 5 spot, we've got Trap, who's trying to rush on Shire, but this guy is ready for him with eggs, knocks him back. He turns around and manages to clutch block, and then turns around and goes back to get the guy and falls into the void.
Oh my.
Taking this week's number 4 spot, we've got Mimis, who's a little low on health and is trying to play it safe, and manages to knock this guy into the water, then blocks off the water, and being the impatient player that many Skywars players are, decides to chase the guy and try to knock him off with snowballs. She knocks him further down the water stream and decides to give chase, and while she's falling, throws a snowball, hits herself with that snowball, and knocks herself into the void. This week's number 3 spot is taken by Non-04 once again, who's doing the no armor challenge, and he gets 2 kills right off the bat here with the snowballs he got from middle, and then tries to knock off another guy, but the guy runs back to his bridge, so he pearls onto the guy and uses his strength to 2-tap the guy, but gets shot by someone else, so he blocks up in order to protect himself and regenerate a little bit. Then he sees a fight that's going on that he can clean up, pearls in, and both players actually run away when they see him, and he manages to single the guy with the gold boots out and kills him by taking only 1 hit, and then sees this other guy jump to middle that he snowballs and then knocks off with 1 hit. So he's got 5 kills, which is pretty good for a challenge, and then sees this guy that he decides to try and 1v1, and they both exchange a hit, exchange 1 for 1, so he pearls away in order to get away because he can't take the fight, and holding his pearls, he pearls at the guy for whatever reason, probably did not switch back to his snowballs, and dies. Claiming this week's number 2 spot and actually making a reappearance is Beam Me. So he's playing Skywars and he's climbing up this ladder to get to this guy, and the guy places lava on him, and Beam Me tries to water himself, but Obsidian traps himself, and then the other guy crits him out. And as you guys can see in chat, his reaction is what you would expect by anyone that just Obsidian traps himself. He's just like, good night. And our winner for this week is Festivalecti, who's on the map Railroad at middle, and he doesn't have any weapons because he's a TNT cannon and got nothing in any of the chests, so he's just got snowballs that he's trying to use to his advantage, and he gets away, sees the fight that he can clean up, and actually jumps into the void, then throws 1 of his 8 pearls, hits the bottom, throws again, throws another one, gets stuck, tries to place a block beneath him, but falls before being able to, throws another 2 pearls, then throws another one, and another one in an attempt to save himself, and then, as you guys can see as he's falling, he shakes his mouse, and he's probably pressing his keyboard so that when the pearl lands, he actually jumps off the map and dies. That would have been a great clutch if he had actually stayed on the island. And that is going to conclude it for this week's episode of Skywars Top 5 Fails of the Week. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing if you are new to the channel, as it really does help me out. And also consider sharing this with a friend of yours that you think might either enjoy the series or might have clips of their own to submit. And also, if you have any recommendations and feedback and suggestions, just drop them in the comment section below. I will be reading and responding to all of the comments like I usually do. So if you have any tips on how to improve the series, whether it be clip ordering or what clips to include, then by all means leave your thoughts. I'm always looking to improve the series, and if you guys would like to submit clips for the next week, you can do it one of 2 ways. First way is email it to skywarstop5fails@gmail.com, and in the email include a link to the clip, a link to your YouTube channel, your IGN, and just a description of what happens in the clip so I know what to look for. But if you don't want to do that, you can go to the description. There's a link to a Google form, and just fill that out. It asks for the same information, and you can do it through that. But yeah, just one thing to keep in mind when you are submitting clips: please do not fake a clip in an attempt to get in. I've had a couple of submissions in the brief history of this series where people have faked submissions in an attempt to get included, and if you do fake something, I'll be able to detect it right away. Like, if I suspect a clip of being faked, I'm probably just not gonna give it another or a second shot. I'll just delete it once I look at it. And yeah, because I'm looking for genuine fails. But other than that, I hope you guys do have an awesome day. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.